Hello everyone, Scotty here. So this is a beaver, not to be confused with otters or sea otters. They're the national animal of Canada. They're on the postage stamp, coins, famous international clothing brand, and they build dams. Lots and lots of dams. So why do they do this? Today, let's talk beavers.
Hey look, a beaver!
Did you know that beavers is actually one of the most important animals for their surrounding environment? Beavers are what scientists consider as the keystone species, meaning without them, there's a high chance that the surrounding ecosystem will just collapse. This is a beaver dam, and not only dramatically changes the surrounding environment, turning them into wetlands, the transformed landscape also supports tons of different animals that live around it. Here are some of many different species that live around beaver dams. Kinda shows why they're so important and can impact so many different animals. Beavers are actually rodent, the second largest rodent in the world, just behind capybara. So they have these tough jaws and a set of very large incisors to help them chew through even the toughest wood. And most of the time, the teeth are portrayed as white, either in cartoons or other media. That's actually not correct. This is what their teeth look like. They're in this bright orange color because of iron in them, which makes them even stronger and sharper for better cutting. You would be surprised just how big of a tree they're willing to tackle, even though it could take hours for them to cut it down. After they have cut down the tree, besides using it to build dams, they will also eat the bark and leaves, which makes up most of their diet. So here's the big question. If they can secure endless supply of food just by cutting down trees, why do they need to build dams? There are actually two big reasons. First, their brain are wired to stop flowing water. Apparently the sound of trickling water drives them nuts. So there was a scientist who placed a speaker that was playing water sound besides their dam. He came back the next day only to find out the speaker was buried underneath tons of logs and muds. But the main reason why they build dams is because to create a secure and safe nest. Do you see that wooden lump in the middle of that lake? That is actually a beaver lodge. The dam raises the water and the nest is built in the middle of the pond. And here's the cross section of a beaver lodge. It's a dry and cozy little space for beavers to live in. The entrance to the lodge is actually in the water, which means inside is incredibly secured against intruders or potential predators. Most beavers you see in the same pond are from the same family. Beavers typically pair for life, and the young beaver will stay with their parents for a couple years to learn how to properly build a dam. However, if the beavers are not from the same family, conflict can occur sometimes. I can probably bet that you haven't seen a beaver fight before, because neither have I. They are also very vocal animals. They will use their body language as well as vocalization to communicate. Here is a baby beaver calling for its parents. Here is a mama beaver taking care of its lovable fluff ball. Beaver fur are actually one of the most dense fur in the entire animal kingdom. There's 10,000 hair within tiny 1 centimeter square. But also because of this dense hair, beavers were almost hunted to extinction when Europeans started colonizing North America around 1600s. Largely because this dense fur can be used to create hats and other clothing which are really valuable at the time. So before humans arrived, there were around 400 million beavers on the North American continent. I know 400 million might be a hard number to visualize. Just imagine every single stream and river in North America has some beavers living on it. That's how many of them there were. But just in a few hundred years, they were hunted to the numbers of a few thousand. That means more than 99.9% of the beavers were wiped out. Other than the fur, the Hudson Bay Company, which was a fur trading company at the time, even went as far as trying to eradicate all beavers in the Pacific Northwest, just hoping that it would reduce the incentive for the US to expand westward. It's kind of crazy how far humans are willing to go. But now that we understand how important beavers are to the environment, we have created laws and nature reserve to help their population recover, and they have. And their dams actually lessens the damage of flood or forest fire, all from a small rodent that started doing engineering even before what humans know what that word means. So I think at this point it's customary to have an animal eating at the end of my video. So I'll leave you with a clip of this beaver enjoying his dinner. Stay wild and stay curious. Thank you for watching.